Why are you wearing cowboy boots? That I'm not relatable. I was just like, that's my style. Relatable to what? Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to another, I think, weekend vlog. It's Friday and it's just getting started. I actually just got home from work. On Fridays, I do get off of work a little earlier, which is really nice because then I have like most of the afternoon to enjoy. For those of you who are new here, my name is Yakini. I'm a clinical psychologist by training, and I live in New York City. And I actually am the manager slash supervisor of a mental health clinic in the Bronx. So yeah, on Fridays I have the luxury of being able to get home a little earlier, and it's really wonderful because it allows me to really make the most of the day and get a jump start to my weekend. And so I wasn't really sure what exactly I wanted to do this weekend, especially beginning today. I had some ideas in mind, but when I got home, I had a package in the mail and I was so excited because this package came early and now I know exactly what we're gonna do. So let's unbox it together. Just a moment. It's heavy. Okay. So yeah, this is the package. It just came. It's from Walmart. I literally ordered this just a couple of days ago. Let me clip this on so I don't have to hold it. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So anyway, like I was saying, I came home and I had this package and I got really excited because I was just like, oh my gosh, it came so fast. Okay, so before I open this box, I'll tell you guys a little bit about what all is going on here. So as you know, I went to a cafe and I had some butternut squash soup and it was so delicious. It's just like one of those fall favorites. I really loved like when I go out in the fall to order it. I've never tried to make it myself though. But when I was sitting there eating, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just so delicious and so savory and so comforting and so warm. It's just like, you know, those fall comfort foods. I just recently did a poll in the community section, so check that out if you haven't. And I asked you guys about what some of your fall favorite dishes were. And I put butternut squash soup on the list. And so, yeah, as I was sitting there and I was eating it, I was just kind of like, this is so nice. Like, I think the boys would enjoy this. Why not try it at home? It can't be that difficult. So you know, if you know anything about me, if there's one thing I'm going to try, it's a new recipe. It's been like a hobby of mine since I was literally in like third grade. I used to collect recipes, cut them out from magazines. I had like a little index box card holder thing full of recipes. I actually still have it because my mom's one of those moms who holds on to absolutely everything. So I actually have my original recipe box and I've just been collecting ever since. So anyway, I just started looking up um, butternut squash recipes and I found a couple of them, but I knew I wanted it to be like a crock pot recipe. Like I wanted it to be like something I made in my slow cooker, because for me, when you like make a dish in there, it's like a slow roast. I just always it just feels like fall and it just fills the home with like wonderful aromas, and also you can just kind of like set it up and go. And so yeah, now fast forward to the present, I ended up having to order a new crock pot because when I went to clean my current crock pot and dust it off because I haven't used it in a long time, it, long story short, it got broken. Yeah, it like melted. I'm not even going to get into why and how that happened, but it melted, and so like the front of it. So needless to say, I ended up having to get another crock pot and I found a really cute one. And I've actually had my eyes on a Drew Barrymore crock pot. Oops, I spoiled it for a while. And so I had not invested in it because I wasn't sure what color I wanted to get because she has such pretty colors in her kitchen appliance collection. But I'll show you guys what I got. And I'm so excited because like I said, I just placed the order for this and I didn't expect it to come so quickly. This is the first Drew Barrymore appliance I've ever bought, but she's got everything in her collection from toaster, coffee maker, slow cookers. I got the 6-ounce slow cooker. I believe she also has a 4-ounce one, but I was like, let me get the larger one. Okay. I don't want to show you guys yet the color. I'm really excited about it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. I got it in cornflower blue. I think it's called cornflower blue. Oh, such a pretty color. Look at this in there. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I got it in cornflower blue because I really like the color blue. And I have a lot of blue throughout my house. Now, of course, if you know me, if you like know me, you know my absolute favorite color is pink. I'm just a pink girl. But secondary to pink, I love blue for like home decor. And blue just, for me, it just kind of gives me like coastal vibes, vacation vibes, by the ocean vibes. So throughout my house, I have accents of blue everywhere. In my kitchen, in my living room. It's been a while since I've done like a tour of my living room. I used to do that on Instagram, but for you guys, I probably haven't done it. Maybe I will. But yeah, so like you guys see like pops of blue throughout my kitchen. Of course, my Mackenzie Childs is all in blue. Oh, by the way, you guys saw from the end of that last video that my cookbook came, so I'm super excited about that. It literally came like an hour after I recorded that last video, so that's why I kind of added that little addendum. Sorry, I think I cut off. I was saying I have the rolling pin. I showed you guys that last video. There's a tea kettle, and I have a couple of other little Mackenzie Childs things that are not out, and they're also, it's called the Royal Check, and the only black and white traditional Mackenzie Childs pieces I have are like my holiday pieces. And so yeah, because those don't always come in the Royal Check. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I decided to get blue to kind of go with that vibe. So yeah, I'm just so excited about how it came out. So let's go ahead and open this up. And I hope it's simple instructions like my last one, which was like a super simple crock pot. It was literally kind of like low, medium, high type vibe. And that was about it. So I hope this is the same because I don't feel like putting on my techie hat and reading anything complicated. Upside down. Well, it's packaged very nicely and securely, so even though I kind of dropped the box a moment ago, it should be it should be fine. Oh my god, it's so big. Okay. Oh, and another thing I love about this is that it has gold hardware. Oh my gosh, you know I'm a gold hardware gal. I love gold hardware in my kitchen. I changed like the handles of like the cabinetry and everything a few years ago. You guys probably remember that post on Instagram. And I just like gold in general, like even for like my jewelry. I'm more of a gold than a silver girl. Okay. So there's that inner dish where your food goes. Move this aside. Oh my goodness, this is heavy. Good heavy, like quality heavy. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Girl, Drew Barrymore, you did that with this collection. It's just, you know, if you're a gal like me who spends a lot of time in the kitchen, you want the things in the kitchen surrounding you to look nice, to look pretty. Okay, so here's the instruction manual. I'll take a look at that in a bit. But let's just admire the prettiness first. Oh, I don't need scissors. This is a twist tie. Okay. Yep. So this is her. This is my new crock pot. Beautiful. It's got the gold raised blue logo for Barrymore. Oh my goodness, that's heavy. Okay, so that will go inside there when we're ready to rock and roll. Yeah. And then there's this right here. I don't know what this handle's for. Probably maybe like if it's, I don't know if it's hot. I saw it in the picture on the cover, so I'll figure out where to pop this on. I'm so happy. This is enormous. I know just where I'm going to store it too. This is taller than my previous crock pot. Okay. So let me just take a quick look at the front of the box to see where they put this. Because it in the back like this. I think that's what it looks like. Yeah, I think that's what it looks like. Do I have it the right way? I think it's this way. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I'll play with that. So yeah, that's my new crock pot. Where's my phone? Oh, where did I put my phone? Because I wanted to pull up the recipe and show you guys, or tell you guys rather, about the ingredients that I'm gonna be needing today, because I think I have everything. Oh my gosh, how did my phone get on the floor? I dropped it? Good thing I have this big old chunky case. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the ingredients for this recipe. So like I said, I do have most of the things here. This is what I'll need. This is what we'll be using today. Potatoes. Calls for 3 large potatoes, peeled and cut. I'm gonna also post this recipe somewhere, or maybe I'll have it in the description in case you want to try this out yourself. 2 pounds of butternut squash. You need to peel and cube that. You need a large onion, chicken broth, butter, ground pepper, milk, cheddar cheese, bacon slices. Of course, you're going to need all the spices, thyme, and I can't think offhand. I just wrote down like the major thing. So yeah, I have all these ingredients, so I'm good to go. I don't just normally have like butternut squash, or like I'm not going to act like I just kind of keep all of these ingredients at home. Had the potatoes, always have onions, have the cheddar cheese, had everything. I did go out and buy butternut squash recently because this idea has been in my head for a while. So I bought that a few days ago. That was around when I ordered the crock pot because I was like, I think I want to do this. I think I want to try it. So yeah, I have everything. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down, look over the instructions, and then I'm gonna just start to prep the ingredients. I'll come back for that, at least briefly. I'm not gonna like, to prevent this video from being like way too long, I'm gonna probably just kind of start to prep the ingredients and then come back once things are underway. And so another great thing about me being here early, being home early on a Friday, is that you know, I can make a crock pot recipe. This recipe is probably going to take like 6 or 7 hours, and let me tell you exactly. In fact, 8 to 10 hours. Sorry. High for 6 hours. Cover and cook on high for 6 hours, or low for 8 to 10 hours, or until the potatoes and squash are tender. So in my case, I'll probably do. I always feel like low is better. At least when you're doing like a roast or something in your crock pot, it just can get just like so tender. Maybe for this, I'll do like medium or high for 6 hours because I'm starting now. I don't want to be up to like midnight finishing this. I'd rather this be finished in 6 hours because then it's still kind of early-ish. But anyway, we'll figure it out. So yeah, you guys, so that's what we're gonna do for now. That's what we're gonna do this evening. We're gonna try our hand at butternut squash soup. And as for the rest of the weekend, that remains to be seen. I know that my son Chase has some basketball games. His dad, my ex-husband Derek, he's actually in DC for the weekend. It's Howard's homecoming. So yeah, he's at that. So it's just me to do like transportation stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be going back and forth to some games that are pretty far away. He always does those things. We co-parent so beautifully. Yeah, Derek takes the lead on those. So I live in the Bronx. I know Chase's games are like in Massapequa or somewhere. It's pretty far if you know like New York City, New York. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of that. But I also want to like, as I try to, as a mom, and moms, you understand, try to get in some me time, some things. And this is the start of my me time. So I'm gonna do this and have fun with this. And yeah, so I don't know what else is gonna happen this weekend. I'm just gonna go with the flow. There will definitely be some fun, spooky horror movies involved. I watched some good ones since I last talked to you guys. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll talk about them later. I don't know if anybody actually cares about that stuff like I do. But I watched some good ones. Yeah, anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down and then start my prep of my ingredients so we can get this butternut squash soup underway. Okay, TTYL. We're back, and I've been doing a whole lot of chopping. But yeah, so I'm almost good to go. I did forget. I not forgot. I did realize that I was out of milk, but that's okay. It's a step that I don't need till later after it's gone through the slow cooker, all of these ingredients. But I sent my son out to grab some milk because what happened was I had like got all these ingredients and then the boys ended up drinking the milk during the week with their cereal because they didn't know that I was making this. So that's fine. So anyway, he ran across to the bodega to grab me some milk. I did forget to unthaw my bacon, and this is just kind of an optional ingredient anyway. I found it in like a few of the recipes that I, came across. And this is again, this is much later in the recipe. And I mean like hours down the line. This is going to be prepared and like kind of like crumbled over the soup later when it's done. I just have everything out for the most part so you guys can see the ingredients, kind of get the visual of what you'll need. But yeah, so I'm not worried about the bacon. That'll be unthawed. Milk is on the way. But again, won't need that till later. So yeah, I have some potatoes here. Everything has been just very coarsely chopped because into large chunks because this is going into a slow cooker, a crock pot, and it's going to soften. It's going to get very mushy, and then there's another step, and that involves the blender. Like the final step, is the blender. So I wasn't worried about making everything really super fine and minced because it's not necessary. Cut up a bunch of onion. Guys, I realize that when you're trying out a new recipe for the very first time, you really should like go by the recipe, but I just can't help myself. I'm an alterations girl. So I'm not changing it too much. It called for 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. This is closer to 1 3/4, so I'm gonna be doing a little extra cheese. I'm sure it won't hurt the recipe. I just couldn't help myself. So, a little extra cheese because we just love cheese, and this is a good cheddar. It called for 1 large onion, and I chopped the large onion, and I looked at it and I was like, that's not enough. We love onion. I love onion. So I'm adding 1 more small onion. Yeah, 1 more small onion. It shouldn't impact it too much. I just think it'll just make it that much more flavorful. Bunch of squash here. Bunch of butternut squash here. And so yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and finish chopping these two, that's my son. I'm gonna finish chopping up these 2 potatoes, finishing my prep, and then the next step will be getting everything into the crock pot and getting that going. And then I'll have a break. I'll have a break to do some other things with my life. Thank you, sweetie.
We didn't have any milk.
They didn't have any milk?
I had milk, but it's not like it's like a big thing. It expires on November 4th.
You didn't get milk?
No, I said they had milk, but it's like a big thing of it, and it expires on like November 4th.
This is milk that expires on November 4th. Oh, that's okay. I'm using it today. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is a good milk. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I don't need it till later, but thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and finish with my prep, and I will check in with you guys in a going to go ahead and get ready to add our ingredients to the crock pot. Let's see. I'm just checking the recipe. It says combine the first 6 ingredients in a 5-quart slow cooker, mine is 6 quart. Cover and cook on high for 6 hours or low for 8 to 10 hours, or cook until potatoes and squash are tender. And then after that time passes, then we'll stir the milk and so on. But anyway, so the first 6 ingredients are the 3 large potatoes. I actually needed 2 bowls for that because it's so many. So that's the 3 large potatoes, first ingredient, squash, second ingredient, onion, third ingredient, the chicken broth. That's ingredient number 4. Okay, so 4th is chicken broth, then 2 tablespoons of butter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the spices. Okay, and so basically I'm using everything right now in the crock pot except for the cheese. That's not going to be till later, so I'll probably refrigerate that. And the bacon comes last, and the milk. Okay, so all of these ingredients are going to be added to the crock pot. And that's it. So let's go ahead and get ready to do that. BRB. Bryce? Okay, I was going to ask for a little assistance, but he's otherwise occupied. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead and put this stuff in. Let's see if I can grab this to show you guys. Might be a little awkward, but my cell phone, you guys know I have that cool overhead tripod, but I don't have that yet from my DJI, so I'm just gonna do the best I can. Get that last piece in there. Okay, we've got our onions. Okay, let me scrape these few out with my hand because we love onions. We want to get every last one in there. Okay, oops. Okay, the potatoes. Lots of potatoes. This is 3 potatoes chopped up. So it's interesting, even though the recipe called for a 5-quart crock pot, this is 6, and I'm so happy because look how full it already is. Okay, let me set this back down. I'm done with trying to show you guys. That was super awkward. Okay, so great. Got those basic ingredients. It calls for 42 ounces of chicken broth, which is 5 1/4 cups. So this is 48 ounces. Needs 42. This is 48. Okay, so the best way to do this, I think, is to actually pour out 5 or 6 ounces as opposed to, and then after that I can just pour this whole thing in there. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I had to buy this too. I usually do keep chicken broth in the house. Chicken stock, chicken broth, but not a container this large. I usually keep 1 or 2 cans because I actually use chicken broth when I do my rice. And so I don't need this large quantity. So like I said, 1 or 2 cans. I'm not wearing my apron. I will do that. I will have on an apron for the second phase of this because it's going to be splashy. And I certainly do not want butternut squash on my work clothes. So I should have probably worn an apron for the chopping portion, but that's fine. I didn't make a mess. Okay, so yeah, so what did I say? This is 48, need 42. So I'm gonna pour some out. Ounce this side. Let's see. 4 ounces. Okay. So there's that. This is what we're not going to use. I gotta invest in a tripod for this so you guys can look overhead at what I'm doing. Oh my god, it like smells good already. How does it smell good already? It's literally chopped onions, potatoes, squash, chicken broth. Is it in my head? I don't know, it smells good. Let me go put this in the recycle. There's about 1 and we'll say 2. Okay. Listen, cooking is sometimes just about improvising. And like, I'm using the recipe today because this is my first time, but I promise you when I make this again, I'm just going to be throwing stuff in the pot because I'm going to know how to do it and I'm going to know what to alter to make it taste great. Okay, so I'm going to now just season as I see fit. It called for 1.5 teaspoons of pepper because this is one of those things I feel like as it's simmering, I can be tasting it and seasoning as I go along. This is thyme. These leaves are a little chunky, so let me open this up. Oh gosh, it smells so good. This smells like fall. It really does. I wish you guys could see what I was doing. You'll have to take my word for it. It looks great. Okay, so let's do some garlic powder. I'm surprised that this recipe didn't call for minced garlic, like chopped garlic from scratch. I'm sure some did, and I kind of just selected the recipe that didn't. So next time I might actually chop some fresh garlic because there's nothing like that. You know what I mean? Add a little bit more. We love garlic. Okay. And then we're gonna do a little salt. Not too much salt because I feel like all of the butternut squash soup that I've had has like a slightly sweet taste. And that's what I like. So it's like more sweet and savory to me than like salty, but it's also like a balance. You taste a little sweetness, a little salty, and like I said, I'll taste this throughout because I actually saw some recipes that enhanced the natural sweetness of the butternut squash with like a little nutmeg, a little cinnamon. But I was like, I didn't use those recipes, but I feel like if midway through as it cooks, if it's not tasting familiar how I like, I will certainly add a few more spices of my own. But I think for now this is good. Let me give you guys a quick peek and then I'm gonna stir it a little and then we're gonna go ahead and get it started on medium in the crock pot. Oh my God, I thought I chipped my nail. Oh, I was so upset. I think that's something else I'm gonna try to do this weekend, get my nails done. They still look nice, but they're chipping up, not chipping. Well, yeah, the polish is coming off a little at the tips because remember I stopped doing the gel manicures. Those were like severely damaging my nail beds, making them like brittle, thin nails. So grew out the gel manicure and now this is just polish and clear polish over it, which when it's freshly done the first few days, you know, it looks great, but it doesn't last as long as a gel manicure. It just doesn't. And so you have to kind of, there's more upkeep involved when there's no gel, but at the same time, you're preserving the health of your nails. That's my girlfriend, Nicole. Okay, so let me give you guys a quick peek and then I'll go ahead and stir. So these are all the ingredients minus the cheddar cheese, minus the milk, and then of course the crumbled bacon at the end. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Okay, I've already turned on the crock pot. Oof, and now I'm gonna go ahead and place the insert inside. There we go. Let me take you guys along for this. Let's okay. So yeah, oh my gosh, this looks so pretty. Drew Barrymore, I love my new crock pot, girl. I'm gonna see if I can leave a review on what, well, let me slow down, child, wait to see how this comes out before I go leaving reviews, but I just love how it looks so much. I have high hopes for this pot, yeah. So yeah, it's warming up nice. Let me step back, okay. It's warming up nicely. So yeah, there, she's set for 6 hours. I will check before, if, you know, I'm gonna probably, oops, I detracted a minute. Oh, this is sensitive. I'll check back shortly just to see how things are going. And I'm probably going to get changed out of my work clothes into something a little bit more comfortable and casual. The boys will be here from my other son. My first son, he had he had like a homeschool day for some reason. He goes to a Catholic school and they did that today. So he was like on Google Classroom doing that. So my other son, when he gets home, then we'll all be home and I'll check in to see what everybody wants to do, what we want to eat tonight. Friday is my break from cooking. I don't usually do dinner on Friday. So this meal will not be this will be ready tonight. And if they would like a bowl, they're welcome to it. But this is really for the weekend, for us to have something warm, some warm fall goodness in our bellies for the weekend. But as far as dinner tonight, I'll check in with them to see what they want to do. And I'll check back with you guys in a bit. BRB.
1 hour later.
So yeah, realize I don't have any crackers. So I'm going to use this time, because I have time, to run to the grocery store and select a good cracker. I don't know, like, what do you put in butternut squash soup? Is it oyster crackers? Just like regular. I know I want like a salty cracker, like a saltine type of cracker. Not necessarily saltine, but I feel like for a slightly sweet, savory soup, I want that balance of like a sweeter cracker. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go and see what they have. Yeah, so anyway, I changed out of my work clothes. I just slipped on this really comfortable, stretchy shirt. It's Hollister. The shorts are Hollister. It's so gorgeous outside. I'm gonna just enjoy these last few days or weeks of this warm fall that we're having. So yeah, I am enjoying shorts, because I know soon I'm gonna have to pack these away. So anyway, I figured that we would take a quick look at the soup, see how she's doing. Oh my goodness. Since I just put new curls in, I have to wait for my hair to fall, then it'll look better. But anyway, so let's check on the soup, see how she's doing. The house smells delicious. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So yeah, let's take a quick look. Oh my goodness. Let me set the camera here for a minute. Hold on. See if I can stand this camera. I don't know if you guys can actually see, but then you can't see the pot. Okay, so I just grabbed these oven mitts because I'm not sure how warm. Yep, good and warm. Okay, the handles are okay. The handles I can touch. You never know. Different crock pots. Some get super hot. Some are like you can barely touch them, but this is not. Okay, so this is good. Wow, this looks so good. Yeah, so like I was saying, the house smells incredible. And let me take off the lid. I didn't want to like disrupt the cooking too much, but I'll give you guys a quick peek. We're at 4 hours remaining. What did we start at? 6? Yeah, it's been 6 hours. There's some background noise, and that's the dishwasher, so don't mind that. So it's slowly simmering. Oh my goodness. You can see the onions. The squash looks like carrots, but it's squash. You see the potatoes, you can see the spices in there. So yeah, that's smelling really, really good right now. And there's 4 hours to go. But yeah, I'm just gonna run down the street for a couple minutes to the grocery store, grab the crackers. Oh, I don't think there's anything else that I need right this moment. I always keep a running grocery list in my phone, but this is not that. I just want to grab some crackers and then get back. And actually I have some other errands I might do while I'm out. So yeah, so let me go ahead and throw on my shoes and grab my purse, and then we're gonna run down the street to see what we can find to pair with this soup once it's done. BRB. So, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, so in the car waiting for my son Bryce. These are my favorite sunnies of the moment. That is why you will see me wearing them. I love them. These are by Louis Vuitton. I forget what they're called. I think they're called the Jeweled Square sunglasses. Anyway, we're off to the grocery store. TTYL.
What's up, huh?
Okay, so I'm in the store, made it here. Oh, they have, what do you call these? Candy apples? I don't eat candy apples because my teeth, cavities, all the things, but they just are so cute and they remind me of fall. Anyways, but we're not here for that, so focus. Bryce came with me because he said he needed some cereal or something. He wants some cereal, some special cereal, so he told me that I'm wearing my favorite boots, my cowboy boots. He just told me that my cowboy boots look silly and that I'm not relatable. I was just like, that's my style. Relatable to what? He was like, why are you wearing cowboy boots? I said, because I like them. I always wear them, especially in the fall. It be your own kids. Why are you wearing cowboy boots? I like cowboy boots. Anyway, that's that.
Wọ́n sọ pé kí n má lọ sọ̀lẹ̀, wípé kí n yọ tàròzé. Mo ní mo láìkí ṣàgbẹ̀wò, èmi ọmọ pẹ́ o. Bọ́mọ mẹ́fà lọlé, Mr. Money Oṣó, èmi ọmọ pẹ́ o. I can shout, mi ò dẹ̀ lè pariwo, mo ti yó o. When I show, go for your party o. No de buga, se, no de buga. Baja o, ele boje se, no de buga, se, no de buga se. Wọ́n sọ pé kí n má lọ sọ̀lẹ̀, wípé kí n má tàròjé. Mo ní mo láìkí ṣàgbẹ̀wò, èmi ọmọ pẹ́ o. Mo sáré fowó mi ṣàyẹ̀, bọ́mọ mẹ́fà lọ́lọ́. Mr. Money Oṣó, èmi ọmọ pẹ́ o.
I love it, eleba, darling, never, ballin', forever. You go dig like a coacher, baby, enter. Get money, could you go paper? You want you with big, but you wanna bamba. Oh, shy bang, oh, she di bamba. Oh, yeah, order, aquaba.
We should just get like, you know how we get like the club crackers in that green box? Because at least we know we like those. Do you see those?
I don't even know what crackers you're talking about. Oh, I know.
Like the buttery ones. I love them. There's like these butterfly crackers by Pepperidge Farm, but I haven't seen those in the store. Those are my favorite crackers. Because these are more like cookies. The green box is called Keeper because I see a huge tub here, but I don't want a big tub. I just want like a box. I'm getting into
Oh, I see
cookies.
them.
You do? Okay.
These, the club crackers?
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, these look more like home. Townhouse. Saltine crackers. Do you like them? Do you like Ritz crackers?
I guess.
Because we're gonna have some left after the soup, so I want them to be crackers that you guys like, so that we can.
It's just these boxes are starting to hurt. Like my hand is spread out. Kind of random.
Why don't you sit it down?
Oh, it's fine. Just focus on the video.
Here, just put this here.
Alright, it's fine. Just please.
Where's the regular? What do you think? Classic buttercrust.
Green ones.
Okay. Alright guys, made it back home. Ended up getting a couple of boxes, different types I mean. We picked out this one, the just plain club crackers, because that's what my son wanted. And then I just decided to try these Harvest wheat crackers because they look like they're going to be really nice with this soup. So yeah, that's what we did. So why don't we take a quick look at what all's going on over here. The house smelled delicious when we walked in. Simmering nicely. I am going to just grab a spoon and give it a quick stir. Okay, so actually let me lift you guys up so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, that's looking good, smelling great. So okay. All right, coming along. I'll check back in a bit. BRB.
Many hours later.
Okay, so we're at the final step. I went ahead and transferred the pureed soup into my large pot because this is how I'm going to store it in the refrigerator. Okay, so the final step is to add my cheddar cheese. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And I have it on low. Okay, let me stir this in so far. Oh my God, it tasted so good. Even without this cheese in it, it's already tasting delicious. Okay, let me go ahead and get this cheese melted in and then I'll check back in. Okay, I was just adding a couple of last spices and it is pretty much done. Added a couple pinches more salt, pinch more thyme, ground black pepper. It's naturally sweet, and the cheese just gave it that rich, savory flavor, the icing on the cake. So yeah, this really tastes delicious. Taste it again. Even though the recipe didn't call for it, I couldn't resist. I just added a couple pinches of nutmeg and cinnamon just because I saw so many recipes online including that, and I just didn't want to take the chance that I was kind of missing out on something really special. Okay, so let's see how that turns out. I didn't add too much, you know, given the ratio of the soup. Just feel like this will just kind of give it that last bit of oomph that makes a butternut squash soup truly a butternut squash soup. So I'll let you know how this turns out because it was quite tasty before I did this. Gosh, I smell that. It's amazing how nutmeg and cinnamon have such like strong aromas. Okay, so I'm gonna taste this and see what it's giving now. Okay. Yeah, that's it. boys are gonna enjoy this. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. Yep. That was it. That was the right decision. Adding that. I would say I added about, let me see. Did about a teaspoon and a half of nutmeg, teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. I'm going to jot that down on my paper so I remember for next time I make this that I did that. Yeah, that was a good choice. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of bacon here. That's all. And we're gonna, I cooked it a little bit longer than I normally would like so that it got extra crispy, because I normally like my bacon a little chewy. But since we're making kind of like crumbs, like how you can buy bacon bits from the store, well, I wanted it to be a little crispy. Okay, so there we have it, and the bacon is still warm. And here we are for a final look before I dig on in. This soup is steaming hot right now. I think that's enough. Okay. Are we ready? Here goes nothing. I'm just kidding. I have every reason to believe this is going to be amazing. Okay, almost spilled that out when I tried to be cute and show y'all. Want a couple of the bacon bits in my first bite. I'm not going to dip a cracker in right away. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not hallucinating. Oh my God. This butternut squash soup goes crazy. This is the best butternut squash soup I've ever had, and I mean that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta watch back my video and make sure I remember exactly what I did so I can recreate this and so I can share it with you guys. This is so good. The buttery cracker that Bryce wanted. Very nice. Crackers with soup just does something to you. Especially when the soup is steaming hot. Let's do it with one of the wheat crackers. I'm gonna put a little bacon bit on the cracker too with the soup. This cracker's good. Oh my God. Oh, I did that. The boys are gonna enjoy this. And they're funny about new foods, new things, but it's super creamy, super flavorful. I'm so happy that at the last minute I added that nutmeg and cinnamon. It gave it just what I needed, what it needed. Ooh, okay, well, I'm not gonna sit here and just eat this whole bowl because I really want to really go in, and I'm not ready to really go in with y'all just yet. We need more time together. So I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I didn't intend for this to really be like a day vlog, day plus now. I thought it was going to be the full weekend because today's Saturday and I've got a ton of stuff to do. We've got basketball games, we've got some more shopping. I was going to go upstairs and just change my bedspread into like one of my pretty fall ones, but I'm still going to do all those things, but they won't be a part of this vlog because I did upload the footage so far last night and we're already at like 45 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to try to trim out some unnecessary rants. You know, I get into my little rambling, and so I'm going to see what I can shave off so that this isn't too long to watch and too difficult to upload. But anyway, so yeah, all that to say, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here as opposed to including more of the weekend as I originally intended, because I kind of spent the whole video focused on the butternut squash soup. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're having a marvelous weekend yourself and doing something fall related, something cozy and seasonal and fun and warm. And if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with a friend if you think they would enjoy this content too. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.